Hello and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Craig Carlson. Another loaded lineup for you tonight, beginning with local wrestlers vying for spots in the state tournament. Top two from each weight class in each district qualify. IWTV student Jim Brinklow fills us in on how many from Council Bluffs qualified in 2012.
Just as planned, Reavers brought
3A district wrestling action in Glenwood this past Saturday, jumping into the
second at 133. Dan Williams also finishing second at 165, upsetting 11th ranked Tyrell Martin. Iowa Western now heading out to the NJCAA Wrestling Championship in Rochester, Minnesota, February 24th.
Of Denison. Schultz makes it look easy, winning 5-0. He eventually moves on as district champ. At 120, AL's Jordan Easton wrestles Sam Jameson of Glenwood. Easton pins his opponent in the third. Ultimately, he's on to state as the district runner-up. At 126, TJ Stephen Ruby gets shut out by Sioux City's East Tyler McWilliams 4-0. His bid for state falls short. At 132, TJ's Jason Walls blows out Jesse Bent of Glenwood 9-1. The freshman goes on to win the district championship. At 138, another Wallace, Mike, the senior jacket taking on Sioux City North's Kyle McKinney. Wallace gets the pin and later qualifies as district champ. At 145, Lewis Central's Ethan Ruby pins TJ's Charles Weaver. Both eventually qualify, Ruby as champ and Weaver as the runner-up. At 160, number 2 ranked Zeb Wall of Lewis Central wastes little time to pin Storm Spencer of TJ in the first period. Wall moves on to advance as the district champ. At 170, LC's Ben Schroyo pins Cody Crouch of Glenwood. He punches a ticket to state as district champ. At 195, LC's Austin Lear takes on Bobby Overton of Denison, winning a close one 3-1 in OT and eventually wins the district championship. At 220, Lewis Central's Zach Renshaw crushes Glenwood's Drayton Slaughter in the first period pin. Renshaw back to state as the district champion. At 285 pounds, AL's Jordan Bywater defeats Mitch Rounds of TJ in a second period pin. He moves on to state at the end of the day. Now moving over to Underwood for Class 1A districts. At 106, St. Albert's Cole Peckham wins a tough one over Underwood's Taylor Curtis 4-2. However, his journey to Des Moines is cut short. At 170, Jake Lewis from St. Albert wins 3-1 in the first round over Trey Sander of Exira. Lewis goes on to win the district championship and punches his ticket to Des Moines. At 285 pounds, number 1 ranked Marco Naughton of St. Albert beats Dakota Holcomb of Underwood in a very quick first round pin. Naughton eventually moves on as district champ and improves to 33-0 on the year. A final breakdown of Council Bluffs wrestlers headed to state wrestling tournament. 14 total, 5 from Lewis Central, who also claimed the district team title in the process. Very impressive show of the other schools as well. Look at TJ, 4, count them, 4 wrestlers headed to Des Moines. Great coaching job from August Mons and crew. AL and St. Albert with a pair of qualifiers each, including state number 1 and unbeaten Marco Naughton. Coverage of him and the rest of the list on next week's show. Extensive highlights and interviews you can only find here on the BSC. You won't want to miss it.
Since we're on the subject of wrestling, IWTV student Sasha Thomas gives us a look at Iowa Western's wrestling program heading into national qualifying.
Although the season's not over in its inaugural year, the Iowa Western wrestling program has made large strides.
You know, we've placed guys at every open this year. I think that's a high point in our season.
The Reavers have a winning record so far this season, going 2-1 in dual meets. Iowa Western now turns their sights to national qualifying.
Of course, you know, you got the pressure of like the entire community looking at you, but at the same time, you know, it's a privilege. And that's one of the main reasons I came up here, up to Iowa Western. You know, I'm excited to be part of this new program and represent it. And I can't wait to see what we can do at national qualifiers.
When Saturday's there, I think we'll be ready. I think we'll send a couple, if not half the team to nationals.
The Reavers' best shot at a national qualifier may be 125-pounder Steven Spradlin, whose personal record stands at 16-5.
It's great being able to set records for new people to come in, try to break them, but ultimately setting them, I want to be a national champ. So
the Reavers believe it's mindsets like that that will lead to future success.
I'm big on your mentality and your mental state. And I believe you have to be a positive thinker. If you can't see it in your head, then it's awfully hard to achieve it.
There's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of pride on the line. I would say more pride than pressure, just because I'm 22. I'm a lot older than most of the guys. Some of them look up to me, so I'm just trying to be a good role model.
Just makes you focus on your goal and think about what you want, what you've been training for.
February 11th, the big day, the Reavers staying optimistic and perhaps heeding a warning to their competitors.
It is what it is. You can't dwell on the past. I mean, everybody has their good days and bad days, and you just got to make every day to its fullest. If you go out there and you wrestle hard every match and you still lose, just as long as you know you gave it your all, that's all that matters.
10. 10. Yeah. I mean, we're taking 10, so we hope to get 10 through. Some people might think that's a high expectation, but that's what we're trying to achieve here.
We're young, but watch out. We're coming for you.
The high hopes for the team worked out just as planned. Reavers brought 10 wrestlers and qualified all 10. Steven Spradlin finished second at 133. Dan Williams also finishing second at 165, upsetting 11th ranked Tyrell Martin. Iowa Western now heading out to the NJCAA Wrestling Championship in Rochester, Minnesota, February 24th.
Don't change it. When we return, Lewis Central erases a huge fourth quarter deficit, but was it enough against rival Harlan? And the St. Albert guys go toe-to-toe with one of the best in Nebraska. Highlights of their matchup with Boys Town after this.
No team covers Southwest Iowa sports like the team at Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine. For nearly 25 years, Jenny Ed Sports Med certified athletic trainers have cared for thousands of area athletes and their schools. And our partnering physicians at Nebraska Orthopedics help ensure you're taken care of from diagnosis through rehab. If you need to be seen now, come by our Saturday morning walk-in clinic. It's open all fall from 8 to 9:30 a.m. Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
This portion of the Bluff Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill Meyer Woodring family-owned funeral home, serving Council Bluffs in southwest Iowa for the past 105 years. Highlights of a thriller over at Lewis Central coming up, but IWTV student Jim Brinklow first heads over to St. Albert, where the Falcons host a very talented ball club from across the bridge.
With only 2 games remaining before postseason, St. Albert looks to finish strong against a tough Omaha World Herald #1 ranked Boys Town. However, the home team's John McGinn takes an early 6-4 lead, but seconds later, Devon Watts hits a wide-open 3 and put the Cowboys up by 1. St. Albert answers J.D. Coach's season open lane and gives his team an 8-7 lead midway through the first. Next trip down, J.D. continues to take control of the game, off the inbounds working on the give and go, and he finishes. Falcons up 10-7. Momentum continues the next possession. Connor Thomas from behind the arc. He extended that lead 13-7. Moments later, Falcons up 13-10. JD again. He gets a pass from his brother and goes up for the easy 2. Home team back up by 5. Boys Town looking for a response in need of more than just free throws. David Austin jukes out defenders and is in for the layup 15-12. Then Tucker Colgett doing what his brother does. He runs past 3 Cowboys and scores his first 2. St. Albert up by 5 at the end of the first quarter. He's not done yet either. Little Colgett runs the exact same play to make it a 19-14 game. The back and forth battle continues. Cowboys' Devin Thompson drills a 3, making it a 2-point game, 22-20. St. Albert holding on to that small lead. Connor Thomas finds himself wide open. The senior guard good for the long 2. Falcons up 24-20. With the half almost over, Boys Town starts to heat up. Shannon Moon scores his 8th point of the half. Then Thompson finishes the 5-point run with his 3. Boys Town up 25-24. The Cowboys finish the game strong, outscoring St. Albert 52-35 in the second half, winning 81-64, and Boys Town improves to 6-1 on the season. Moving across town to Lewis Central, the Titans in a battle with Hawkeye 10 rival Harlan. Cyclones up 27-20 beginning the second half. Seth Landsman extends that lead to 9 with a mid-range jumper. Moments later, LC's Alex Reed answering from the corner, good for 3, and it's a 29-23 ball game. Then Harlan Zach's Osborne fakes his 3 and drives past Reed, pushing the Cyclones' lead back to 8. Osborne up to the same thing, but this time Darius MacArthur reads the play, steals the ball, and finishes with a fancy lay-in. Titans down by 6. Then Reed uses his speed to get down court for the score. LC now with 4 unanswered. Later, the big man for the Cyclones makes it look easy down low. Landsman goes over defenders for the 36-30 lead. Next Harlan possession, it's Landsman again. How can anyone stop the 6'7 center? Harlan running on all cylinders. Osborne hits the wide open three, capping a 7-point run. Cyclones up 39-30. Later, Harlan not backing off. This time it's Trey Landsman inside the paint and the 10-point lead, 43-33. That lead gets even bigger. Ben Bruck this time with the three for Harlan. Next possession, Osborne makes it a 35-50 game after his layup, and then this ball game gets interesting. Start of the fourth quarter, LC down by 18 points. Andrew O'Leary with the steal, then shoots the defenders out of his shoes and drives for the score. The Tigers are starting to show a little bit of life. After another Cyclones turnover, Trent Rudolph hits the long three, 42-55. Minutes later, LC rally continues. Lamar Connor drives in for the layup and draws the foul, makes it a three-point play, 48-55. But it's hard to come back with an 18-point deficit in the final frame. LC loses this one 64-58, falling to 12-6 on the season.
Yeah, the way we came back, it was tremendous, but we just got started too late. We only played one quarter of basketball a night, and that doesn't get it done, especially against a good team like Harlan, coached by a great coach, Mitch Osborne. It just doesn't happen in one quarter.
I think we're playing well, but we can definitely get better. You know, the first half we were sloppy with the ball, a lot of turnovers, unforced turnovers. We definitely have a lot of room for improvement. We'll keep working at it.
Reaver Fever on the other side. The Iowa Western men looking to improve on their winning ways at home this season, while the women take on region opponent Mineral Area. We'll be right back. Lynx fans can now log on to alsportsfan.com for archived and live broadcasts, team info, pictures, and more. alsportsfan.com, part of the cbsportsfan.com family.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or on an organized sports team, however you play, you risk injury. At Flex Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, we specialize in the prevention, recognition, treatment, and rehab of orthopedic and sports injuries. We have 30 combined years of experience, making us Southwest Iowa's leading physical therapy clinic. At our state-of-the-art facility and using the latest technology, we'll help you get back on the field fast. So if you experience a sports injury, you need to see us first. Flex Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your Southwest Iowa sports medicine professionals.
If green and gold never gets old, then St. Albert Sports Fan is the place for you. Updated daily, it's loaded with articles, archives, and so much more. And if you can't make the game, you can still watch it live from the comfort of your own computer. St. Albert Sports Fan, the homepage for the home team.
This portion of the Bluff Sports Zone brought to you by the St. Albert Alumni Association. In a moment, highlights of the Reaver women taking on Mineral Area Community College. But first, the Iowa Western men looking to improve to 10-1 at home this season, welcoming Central Community College out of Columbus, Nebraska on February 7th. Here's IWTV student Scott Stover.
Tuesday, February 7th, Iowa Western hosting Central Nebraska, looking to continue their success. Early in the game, the Reavers up 5-4. Devin Brooks hits a three, part of their 8-2 run, taking the score to 13-6. Midway through the first half, Central down by 7, goes on an 8-2 run of their own. Henson Farrar with a 3 to cap off the run and cut the lead to 1 point, 23-22. It stays close. Now, home team up by 3 with the clock running out in the first half. Will Martinez hits a 3 off the glass. The Reavers go into break up 40-35. Iowa Western, a different story in the second half, starting strong with the 5-point lead. Alonzo Traylor with the dunk, part of his game-high 19 points. Reavers up 46-37. Then Brooks adding to the lead with the transition layup. Reavers 54-41. Brooks again with the same look, capping a 16-6 run, up 56-41. Iowa Western just not letting up. Already up 7, Xavier Mumford hits not 1, not 2, but 3 threes in a row to extend the lead to 65-45. The Reavers just dominate the rest of the game, scoring an impressive 56% shooting to finish the game winning 92-67, advancing to 19-6 on the season. Thursday, February 9th, Iowa Western women hosting Mineral Area Community College. The Lady Reavers lost to the Cardinals earlier this year and are in desperate need of a home court win. Early in the first half, Mineral Area takes the lead. Courtney Knuckles hits a layup and the foul. The Cardinals lead 2012-0214. Still in the first half, the Reavers are down by 6. Freshman Maddie Van Meter nails a 3, part of her own 8-point run. Iowa Western leads 27-25. The Reavers will lead at half 33-27. In the second half, Iowa Western comes out on fire. Bobby Beckwith hits a 3, pushing the lead to 13, 55-42 Reavers. Iowa Western continues to increase their lead later in the game. Amber McCann with the layup and the foul, closing out a 12-4 run. Iowa Western leads it 67-48. But Mineral Area not giving up. Angela Randall will hit a 2 and the foul to narrow their lead to 75-59. But the lead's just too large to overcome. Iowa Western holds on to win at home 78-67. 15-9 on the season.
In postseason action, the St. Albert girls opening up with a big win February 11th, beating Underwood 39-38. A look at the Flex Physical Therapy score page. Kylie Ferguson and Carissa Harrington leading the way for the Saints, combining for 23 points. St. Albert advances to the region quarterfinals to take on 21-1 Missouri Valley February 14th. The St. Albert guys also grabbed an opening round win, 76-8 over Heartland Christian. They're at Oakland Riverside February 16th. We'll take a media timeout here after the break. Highlights of TJ's doubleheader against Sergeant Bluff Luton and another nail-biting finish at Lewis Central. Find out who won the overtime thriller in just a few.
Hi, how are you doing today?
What looks good?
Our special today is shrimp scampi. It's been sitting around for about a week.
Excuse me, what time are you guys leaving? We're gonna rob your house tonight.
Don't you wish there were warnings to protect you from life's risks? With diabetes, there is one. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that helps measure your risk of a heart attack and other complications. Learn more at diabetesaA1c.org.
What does the future hold for you?
I can learn.
I can lead.
I can play.
I can grow.
Put yourself in a great place. Iowa Western. Classes are forming now in more than 80 areas of study. Learn more, a lot more at iwcc.edu.
I can succeed.
Tons of prep hoop action taking place in town on February 10th. Our coverage begins at Thomas Jefferson. The Jackets hosting Sergeant Bluff Luton in a Friday night doubleheader. Start things off with the girls matchup. Sergeant Bluff Luton wastes little time getting on the board. Cassidy Briand puts the Warriors up 2-zip. And when your team struggles to score, you can't go down 8-0, and that's what happens. Taylor Throne, nice backdoor cut for the score. Jackets looking to chip into the lead, and after 3 minutes of play, they're on the board. Allison Arnold knocks down the mid-range jumper. But the Warriors, with a rude response, they rattle off 9 unanswered, including the and-one finish from Betsy Thomas. Visitors up 17-2. Moments later, Thomas returning the favor to Throne with the assist to extend the lead, and Sergeant Bluff Luton up 23-2 after 1 quarter. In the second, TJ with a little sunshine. Des Carney grabs the opening bucket of the frame with a nice pull-up, Jay. But the Warriors answer with another large run. Ashton Schubert pushes the lead to 32-4. Another frustrating night for TJ behind Cassidy Briand's school record 34 points. Class 3A number 12 Sergeant Bluff Luton rolls 84-20. On to the nightcap. Tight ball game early on. Jackets down 6-4 when Zach Burdett drives in for the score to tie things at 6. The Sergeant Bluff Luton fires back, and ammunition provided in part by Thomas Wisecup. He hits the 3. Moments later, Nate Glisser doing his thing, spins to the left, gets the score inside to extend the lead. The Warriors bust off a 12-0 run and take a 19-8 lead after the first quarter. The Warriors' hot hand continues in the second. Glisser with 2 more of his 11 to make it 28-8. TJ finally answers to cut the deficit back to 18. Wyatt Ballett, team high 17 in the game. Speaking of 17, Dustin Zulsdorf makes that the difference here, 36-19. The Sergeant Bluff's Cole Croston, a game-high 21 points, 11 boards, and a dominant effort, and helped out by teammate Trevor George, a measly 17 points, 7 rebounds. Warriors cruise 75-50.
Trevor George.
Skip across town, Dan Miller and the LC guys taking on Clarinda. Cards up 25-22 at the midway point and adding the lead with Kramer Samuelson's 3. Not to be outdone, his teammate Tyler Steve knocks down the long ball, part of a 7-1 run to open the third. Clarinda up 32-23. Later, the Titans and Josiah Shepard cut the deficit to 5 with this 3, 34-29. But Clarinda closes the third strong with a 7-2 run. They're up 41-31 heading into the final frame. Titans down 12 in the fourth before Shepard, just doing what he does, caps an 11-4 run. LC down 47-42. But once again, Clarinda answers. Steve inside to Brandon Sweet, and the Cards up 54-46 with 90 seconds remaining. It's over, right? Not quite yet. Darius MacArthur drives in for 2 more of his 10 points on the night. Deficit back down to 5 at 55-50 with under a minute to go. Then down 58-55. Titans looking for the last shot of regulation. Shepard's game-tying 3 off the mark, but he's fouled, sending him to the line with just 8 ticks remaining. The senior got ice in his veins, drills all 3, and we're headed to overtime. In the extra period, Clarinda going to Steve, 2 more of his team-high 23, puts the Cards up 64-63. With under a minute to play, Trent Rudolph, only 3 points on the night, but the biggest of the night, the go-ahead 3 with 20 seconds left. Free throw makes it 67-64. Clarinda's desperation shot off the mark. Titans win a thriller to hand Clarinda just their 4th loss of the season.
Really, I'm not sure if we deserved to win that game or not, but I think with the effort that we showed and the heart that we showed to come back, I'm proud of our kids.
I'm more proud for my team because we got this win and it allows us to have confidence go on the next week and then get the job done, finish out this regular season strong. So this feels great to knock down that shot and give our team more confidence. So,
momentum-wise, we're just trying to get better. Playoffs are coming up, and we just want to get better and try to make a run.
That's it for tonight's broadcast. Don't forget, next week we'll bring extensive coverage from the state wrestling meet in Des Moines. Plan is to cover every match featuring a CB wrestler, and with 14 qualifiers, it should once again be the best coverage in the state. So make sure you tune in. Thanks for doing so tonight. Until next time, we're out.